protection, like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working.
Never not working. Never, ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show. Hello, good evening, or I guess afternoon. Still the afternoon. I'm getting ready for the evening, but you're watching the BCSN Game Time Watch Party here on the Black College Sports Network. Brian Fulford here, and joining me there to the right, our good friend of the O&G Strike Zone, which is our show that is dedicated primarily to Florida A&M University athletics. He covers all things related to FAMU. Recruiting info, czar. What's a good hype name for you? The recruiting czar of FAMU athletics, Mr. Marcus Green. How you doing, Marcus?
I'm doing well, Brian. Thank you for having me. I don't know, czar might be a little high. Just say enthusiast.
Yeah, okay. I like that a little bit better. Recruiting enthusiast. Covering all things Florida A&M University, well versed on everything going on in Rattler athletics. So I managed to pull Marcus in, since Marcus, of course, was going to be watching the game. I was like, Marcus, come on in and talk with us, and share some insights and chop it up with the people. You got some great insights on what's happening, and this is a big game for the Rattlers coming up. You are watching on our screen, we've got the good old spinning wheel going on, but it is the UAPB Alabama State game, which is at halftime right now. But a little bit later, we'll be getting into the game South Carolina State versus FAMU. We'll give you some other scores that are going on around the Black college world. It's a big day. We're getting Marcus. Let's just talk a little bit about the schedule. I mean, this is really the first big weekend of the Black college football season, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and we're starting to get in the throw of conference play now, so things get serious. You always have bragging rights for the first month, and in our case, I guess in FCS or in Black college football, you have some games that you're going to pick up a check, but now this is where the rubber meets the road. So we're getting into throes of conference play, and we're seeing some exciting contests, some contests that are eye-opening and have ramifications for the SWAC and other conferences.
Yeah, definitely. One of those games which I'm sure Rattler Nation is watching. I just sent out a tweet of a meme of a guy holding up a phone and then just fainting. The score at the half in Huntsville, Alabama, where the Rattlers will be traveling next week. Jackson State 33, Alabama A&M 7. Yes, Jackson State 33, Alabama A&M 7 at the half.
Yeah, it looks like I guess Coach Dion took Coach Maynard's advice and got a couple more 4 or 5 stars because he's laying the wood to him now.
Well, look, on the opening possession by Alabama A&M, who I don't know if they won the toss or whether Jackson State, deferred after winning the toss because they were the road team. Alabama A&M had a pretty decent drive going on their opening drive, getting all the way down to, I believe, about the 35-yard line, probably. I don't have the stats. I'm not looking it up right here. I'm just going off what I saw. But Glass gets hit. There's an intense rush by that Jackson State defensive front, which we are very familiar with. Somebody got a strip on Glass, and ended up being a scoop and score touchdown. So 6 points right on the board for Jackson State. Then on Alabama A&M's next possession, they end up getting forced to punt. That punt gets returned for 6. And just like that, it's 13-0, 13-0, 14-0. And then the route's on. At that point, Jackson State scored 20 in the first quarter. Had a 20-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. It's 33-7 at the half. And then, Marcus, I was just looking at the stats, and this is some of the stats that, let me see if I still have it up. Yeah, I've got the halftime stats. Halftime stats here, courtesy of Alabama A&M Sports and Sidearms Stats. Aquil Glass is 14 of 17 in the first half, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. He's been sacked 5 times, though.
Oh, my gosh. He's under duress.
Yes, he has been under duress. The running game has not gone, Gary Quarles for Alabama A&M has rushed 11 times for 18 yards. A net 17. Glass, those sacks have accounted for a negative 47 rushing yard average for Glass. Of course, he's had 2 fumbles, and he lost the one, which turned into a touchdown. Jackson State on the other side, though, offensively, Shedeur Sanders, who, what do you make of Shedeur and the fact that he's throwing at a clip of about 70% on the season?
I mean, that's amazing. That's an amazing stat for a freshman. I mean, he came in as a 4-star. And actually, as a side note, I had a chance to look at another, I guess, a 4-star rated QB up in my area. He's committed to a Power 5 school, but just comparing the two, I don't know, Shedeur looks a lot more polished compared to the guy that I saw in the past week and a half, and he's off to a bang-off start. And it looks like he's taken hold of the change in offensive coordinator at Jackson State.
Yeah, that was one of the storylines that they made a change in the play calling, I believe, to I believe it was the coach who was the former interim coach, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so. T.C. Taylor, if I believe. And
T.C. Taylor, yes, T.C. Taylor.
And Jason Phillips, I believe, was one of the NFL or college level guys that he brought in to be the OC. But I don't know what transpired. I guess they were – I believe that's his name. And
yeah, Taylor is the one who – yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying?
No, I was just saying, I guess they weren't really scoring as much and having some of the same middling success that we saw in Alabama State, which led to them firing their offensive coordinator, demoting him. So I guess they're challenging their ability to score at Jackson State, and they made the change, I guess, midweek. I guess it was announced yesterday or Thursday.
I think it was about midweek because I learned about it through another show. Just happened to be, watching another show and saw that it was made, and you're watching right now. As you can see, that start of the third quarter, started the second half, has begun. Jackson State does have the ball, leading 33-7. I mean, I'm not going to call it a knockout punch, but I mean, going up 40-7. I always think, Marcus, it's tough when you get so far up ahead because you do have a tendency to get relaxed. Case in point, who was it? Last week, matter of fact, our FAMU's opponent this week, South Carolina State, was up 42-7 going into the fourth quarter against Bethune. Bethune ended up scoring 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and next minute you know it's like 42-35. So there's a tendency to relax when you get up by a large margin. I don't know which is more prevalent, the look ahead or getting up by, 30 points in a game. But, I wanted to make mention of Shadour's numbers at the half. He was 10 of 13 at the half with 3 touchdown passes. And those 3 touchdown passes have been all to, let's see, he's thrown to everybody. Trevante Rucker, Newman, Warren Newman with his second touchdown, because obviously he had a special teams touchdown. And then Josh Lanier scored a touchdown as well. So Shadour is spreading the ball. And the running game is actually been pretty decent for Jackson State. Santee Marshall, 5 carries, 37 net yards. And the other running back, J.D. Martin, 2 carries for 20 yards. So.
Oh, looks like they're breaking another one.
And
I think I don't know if we might have to worry about Coach Prime letting off the gas, because I think Coach Maynard gave him enough fuel to last him at least to the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, look, hey, look, I'm wondering, I don't know whether the stuff going on there, the comments between Maynard and obviously Coach Prime, I think here's my take on it. I think Coach Maynard started out trying to have fun with the whole back and forth about the scooter thing. And I think the way the media spun it to Coach Prime, or whether Coach Prime just decided he was going to, do the high road thing. And I think the media jumped on it to the point of, oh, why are you picking on Coach Sanders? He had a legitimate injury, blah, blah, blah. And next minute and here comes Shadour right here with a big run. That's almost about 20-something yards. A little bit extra there. See, the officials missed that. That should have been a flag. That was a little bit of taunting. You can't get away with that in the NFL. Watch the end of this run, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, he
kind of laying on him a little bit.
Yeah, he we got a certain word for what he tried to do to him right there. When you play in the streets, yeah, that wasn't too friendly by Shadour. He may not call the dogs off. They may put a 50 burger. They're gonna try to beat Alabama A&M by 50. I'm just telling you now. I would not be surprised if they try to beat them by 50.
Not only that, but I think I came across, or someone published the tiebreakers, or I happened to come across it for the SWAC. And I think somewhere down the road, point differential within the division or within the conference also has an impact.
Are you serious?
What happened? I saw a guy down.
Well, yeah. The defensive lineman for Alabama A&M just took it. He basically fell out, took a fall. So there's the infamous scooter that has been much talked about. And I wish I could find, I had to go to my Twitter feed because I tweeted out what those comments were by Connell Maynard. And see how quickly I can pull it up. But yeah, Marcus, while I'm trying to look it up, talk a little bit about Alabama A&M, the upcoming opponent for Florida A&M. As you watch them, they knew coming into the season that this stretch of Grambling State, Jackson State, FAMU was where their season was going to be made. And for FAMU, knowing that A&M lost to Grambling and appears to be on their way to possibly losing to Jackson State, what does that mean for Florida A&M in a couple of weeks? So we get a commercial here.
Bounty versus the old family dish towel. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish towel that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish towel for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
You see, Head & Shoulders has a scalp shield technology, protects against flakes, even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. Number 15?
Never not working.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Head & Shoulders scalp shield, never not working.
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Probably an hour, less than an hour away from the start of the South Carolina State Florida A&M game, which is our main game. That's why I'm Brian Fulford, joined by Marcus Green. That's what we're primarily here to see. But of course, we've got some other games going on right there. Jackson State with a big lead over Alabama A&M, and there's another touchdown. Fourth touchdown pass by Shedeur Sanders. The route is on. It is a blowout. It's homecoming in Alabama A&M, and those folks, you can go on and get ready for the party.
Yeah, I think the drinking might start. I don't know if they want to show it out on camera, but it's going to start a little bit earlier than everybody anticipated. And I guess what goes for us is when we go up there next week, it's a dog, because they've lost 2 in a row, and they came in as the preseason favorites for the SWAC East. And now they already have 2 L's, 1 in conference and 2 in the conference, one of them being a division loss. So now they're going to be real desperate. So I know that Coach Simmons can't look ahead past South Carolina State tonight, but you're walking into a situation where a team is 0-2 and had championship aspirations, and they're going to do anything at very best to try to climb back in. At worst, be a spoiler.
Let's take a quick timeout here and come back. You're watching the Game Time Watch Party on the BCSN.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Bounty versus the old family dish towel. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish towel that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish towel for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
You see, Head & Shoulders has Scalp Shield technology, protects against flakes, even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. Number 15?
Never not working.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right, welcome to the BCSN Game Time Watch Party. Brian Fulford and Marcus Green here. We're about 45 minutes away from the Florida A&M South Carolina State game as I'm getting adjusted here. Marcus, it's a lot of stuff going on right here. I'm trying to make sure I mute the right things. We originally were trying to show you folks UAPB Alabama State. We're having a little trouble with that feed, so as soon as we get that feed up. But yeah, Marcus, I think you were trying to make the point. 40-0. What is this for Florida A&M? Florida A&M. What is? I mean, we don't want to look ahead. We're not looking ahead. I thought it was great hearing what Coach Simmons said about focusing on South Carolina State because it has ramifications for the playoffs. And obviously, with Jackson State rolling the way they are, I mean, it is conceivable that Jackson State may not. Look at this a little bit extra. Look at this extra. Look. This guy Aubrey Miller is a dog, man.
He is. I saw number 3 for Alabama A&M holding his right knee. I thought he was having some challenges, so I wasn't sure if that boded and how he was doing. He's still out there, but you have to see how his gallop is to see if. Oh my gosh, another sack.
Well, Glass didn't
almost
look good
sack.
Rolling.
No, and neither did his running back number 3 because he was holding the back of his right knee on that first down play. So I didn't know if he's injured he got out there on the block, but he didn't look very spry. But for us, for FAMU, we're going to be playing a team that's 0-2 in the SWAC. Well, not 0-2. They did beat Bethune-Cookman. So I think they're 1-2 and not getting to their expectations. And so they're going to probably try to retool some things for next week for us. And I don't know to what degree playing Jackson State gives them prep for another defensive stalwart, just like us playing tonight with the sudden discovery of South Carolina State going RPO and passing, us getting geared up for Alabama A&M in next week's contest. So
right.
They could they're going to look at retooling something.
Watch this hit at the end of the play.
That was Shador.
Young Shiloh.
Yeah, Shiloh. That was close to being
yeah. And notice who came out the game. The receiver came out of the game. Ibrahim. He checked out of the game for a minute after that hit. I'm sure there might be a few cobwebs that he's shaking off. Shiloh has really surprised me. I mean, he has turned. I mean, I guess I don't know if he got much playing time at South Carolina State, but man, he's a hitter. And I mean, we saw that firsthand at the beginning of the year, right? We
did. I mean, there was this one play, I think it was on Chad Hunter, where he looked like it was on third down in the OBC. And I thought Chad was going to get the first down, and he pretty much turned him backwards.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like Chad ran into a wall, and the wall came and hit him. Like, it wasn't like Chad ran into the wall. The wall came and hit him. Look at this blitz. Look at this blitz on the corner. My goodness. Now, this is the one thing I will say. The creativity of Jackson State's defense is what impressed me. And it wasn't until maybe this past week that I actually saw FAMU doing some of this kind of stuff. And, look, if you have talent like just completely caught that right guard or right tackle off. I mean, he had no chance. No chance.
And number 12, I don't know his number, but I think he was a linebacker that gave us some challenges too. I can't remember his name. I have to look it up. But I remember number 12 flashing in the OBC, and it looks like he's just continuing on. Okay, they got him on a 3rd and 20 draw. So I guess they get some punting room.
That's a yardage. That's a yardage play. Just get the midfield and see if we can turn it into a. Yeah, you can't tell me this is just mono e mono, man versus man, and look, the worst thing that happened for Alabama A&M is the way it started. The fumble, the fumble, sack, scoop and score. Then on the next play, a punt return for a touchdown. It can't.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Is he going to get it off? Oh my goodness! Wow. Punt goes.
I think Coach Prime is pulling out all the stops.
Wow,
I don't know if they called the block or it's just a matter. Yeah, I don't know if they called the block or just a matter of a broken down protection and the guy had opportunity. But
you got a bye week. The bye week means so much, doesn't it? Here's Jackson State. Let's take a short break. You're watching the Game Time Watch Party here on the BC, and we'll be back right after these words.
Bounty versus the old family dish towel. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish towel that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish towel for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. Number 15?
Never not working.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Head & Shoulders scalp shield, never not working.
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders scalp shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders scalp shield, never not working.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Bounty versus the old family dish towel. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish towel that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish towel for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. Number 15?
Never not working.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Head & Shoulders scalp shield, never not working.
At the top of the hour, Florida A&M against South Carolina State. And we're getting a chance right now to watch a little bit of the Jackson State Alabama A&M beating that's happening in Huntsville, Alabama. It's couldn't describe it any better than that, Marcus.
Yes, and right now Jackson State's putting a tail whooping on them. So Alabama State's going to have to. They're going to have. This is a pride thing now, especially with homecoming and all the high expectations and the people in town.
And look at Jackson. Look at them just moving. You know, here, this is. You know what's interesting? There's a number. Think about all that's wrapped up in this game for Jackson State. You lost to. You lost to Alabama A&M. There was a lot of talking, right? Then you know, they're the champs. You got the coach for Alabama. And again, I'm talking about Jackson State. This is what Jackson State's thinking. You got their coach doing a lot of talking, and there goes Shedeur.
Oh my
Touchdown
gosh.
number 5. Oh, did he do it? Oh, he just broke out his dad's dance. Oh. Stunt on him, boy. We go ahead and say SWAC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm calling it now. I mean, of course, who knows? FAMU and FAMU still, there's some night games. There might be some fireworks there, but
yeah, we should have got him early because it looks like they're starting to roll now. Whatever issues they had with their offensive coordinator, it looks like at least for today they got it fixed.
I know his dad's talking to him, son, you ain't have to do him like that. You got to save that for big moments. This is a big moment. Boy, that humble pie that Connell Maynor is gonna have to eat at the end of the game. Boy, I tell you what, yeesh. That's gonna be a huge piece. That's gonna be a huge piece. I wonder what the great picture that's gonna be is when Coach Prime is scooting up to midfield for that shake, that handshake. Because he will scoot up to him. It ain't gonna be a walk. It's a scoot. He will scoot up to midfield.
And I know Coach Sanders, he's adopted, I guess, taking the high road, but I don't know. This could be some high theater at the midfield post-game handshake.
One
other thing this reminds me of,
yeah, go ahead. You were saying
was that some of the history books I read on Black college football, how there was so much gamesmanship in the SWAC and even from Tennessee State during the heyday, and how they had such vibrant personalities and they kind of stoked the fires a little bit. And this seems kind of reminiscent of it.
Well, look, I think one of the points I was trying to make earlier, I really think Connell Maynor was trying to have fun with this at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the week. I think in part to probably take a little bit off of his team. And good coaches will do that. Good coaches will take some of the pressure. They'll take on the pressure, and he brought all of the attention instead of what the mistakes his team made. And so, guess what? Did anybody focus on anything that the players of Alabama A&M did all week? No. What they did is they talked about Connell Maynor and all this talking in between Connell Maynor and now there's looked a little extra pushing. It's gonna get ugly before it gets better. I'm telling you now, it's gonna get real ugly in the fourth quarter. Just keep watching at the end of these plays, Marcus.
Number 2 is getting off slow, and number 52 for I guess I don't know if that was Aubrey Miller, or I don't know if he's on special teams, but he kind of gave a look back like he was getting ready to saunter over there to the Bulldog sideline. Nope, now we got a flag.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, because this is going to get nastier before it gets uglier. Because at this point, you're down 40. Jackson State is not letting their foot off the gas. They're going to put 60 on the board against Alabama A&M, Marcus. The question is, can Alabama A&M score? And I bet you, they gave up 6 to us? They gave up 12 is their – no, they gave up – how many did they give up to Tennessee State? 16?
I think so. I think they gave up 14 – or I forgot how when they beat Delta State. Was it 24-14 or 24-21? Something
17. 24-17.
24-17. So that might have been their high mark in terms of points.
It was.
Points given up, because they only gave up, 12 to FBS, Louisiana Monroe. And so that was 4 field goals or maybe an missed extra point, however they scored. And so they're holding it down pretty good from a defensive standpoint. Or I guess which is to be expected from all the transfers they have and the NFL level coaching that they have on their staff. But it's remarkable nonetheless.
Yeah, so I'm wondering now, it's kind of late to call unsportsmanlike on the touchdown celebration, obviously. But I'm telling you, the end of that play, there was a little bit of extra on the get up off the ground.
No, in the way they're positioning, it looks like they're looking at. I'm assuming they're looking at a replay. Somebody's looking at a replay in the booth, either for, I'm guessing at this juncture, like a late hit or unsportsmanlike or targeting.
Right. That's probably most likely what they will be looking at here.
So I wonder if they're looking at ejections or something.
Yeah, let's see what they call here. So I guess it was nothing, huh? No.
The waved off. Okay.
Yeah, they just. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to each sideline and say, "Coach, we're watching. We're watching, guys." I would not. There will be a quick whistle or two, I'm sure, coming up here. What makes me wonder is I think for this Alabama A&M team, if being in the shotgun, see they're gonna bring everybody now. They're gonna try to get as many hits. They're gonna play man-to-man coverage, and they're gonna try to get to the quarterback as many times as they can get.
Yes, and I'm starting to wonder, even though it's early third quarter with a 40-point lead, do you really? I mean, where's the coach? When a coach evaluates the need to keep a starter, and especially someone who's a potential NFL prospect, at what point do you, is the view worth the climb? Is there
End of the third quarter
a benefit analysis? Okay.
Well, I think it'll be two things. Like that play, that could have been if he throws it to him, if he throws it in front of him, he's catching that. But I don't know. Glass looked like maybe he was throwing a post route, and that's D. Anderson. I think his last name's Anderson. Yeah, he's a big target. He had a couple of consecutive weeks where he's caught 3 touchdown passes for Alabama A&M. But Glass right now, just to kind of do a quick, let me see if I can see what I can see on the stats here. Glass is 15 of 20 right now. Been sacked 6 times.
Yeah, he looks off now. Yeah, there's holding. I mean, they got basically undressed. The defensive lineman going around the edge.
Yeah, just keep him from hitting your quarterback at this point. That's all offensive line can do.
Make sure he can play well. I was going to say make sure he plays next week, but I don't know if that would be. I do not wish injury on any young man. But if he decides to go away on a Jamaican vacation next week, we won't mind.
Looks like he got offsetting penalties. Just another score happening in the SWAC. Alcorn State with a 24-6 lead right now over Grambling State with 4:55 left in the third quarter. I believe it's Alcorn's homecoming. So this is just their second of 3 home games that Alcorn State has on the season. And Grambling has been they've been pesky. Little screen action here. Oh, Coral stumbled a bit coming out of the blocks there. Yeah, Grambling has been a bit of a problem for Alcorn State over the last few years. Let's see if I can see any other scores around that are happening here. It's been a great day here for football here.
Yep, there's some extracurriculars, little shoves.
Yeah. I think at this point I'm watching every little shove and every little thing at the end of a play just to see what's what. So as I look at some scores, obviously you got the Alcorn 24-6 in Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama State is leading UAPB 20-3. It is homecoming there for Alabama State. This could be 3 consecutive losses for UAPB. we pretty much had signaled that their ride in the West was over, and I think this will officially put the nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, of course, later. Well, actually, a game that's should be happening now. Mississippi Valley State traveling to Bethune-Cookman. I don't have a score update. Don't see a score update. Southern and Texas Southern are tied up at 7 in the first quarter in Arlington, Texas. And then we've also got, I think the FAMU South Carolina State is the last SWAC game of the night. Did I miss any other SWAC games? No, I think I got all the SWAC games covered. What was I looking for here, Marcus? Just some other scores around Black college football. Starting in the FCS level, Friday night, glass goes deep. Did he catch that?
He did.
Wow, Ibrahim.
His helmet came off. Yeah.
Future pro. Hashtag future pro. I love that he wears 85 too. worn by one of the greatest receivers in college football, FCS, Black college football. Second best to Jerry Rice. I think that's fair to say, isn't it, about Jaquay Nunnally? Second best to Jerry Rice?
Yes. And admirably, I wish, things would have worked out for him just so he can get a chance to work out at the pro level. But yes, I mean, Jaquay was, they're bringing that back.
Oh, wow. Offensive line holding. Oh, man, that's brutal.
Yeah, Jaquay, he was a bad man when he was balling.
Different NFL. I think in today's NFL, he has a home somewhere, but the NFL was much different. And I think because of his size, and I don't know if Jaquay was really particularly fast. I hope I'm not saying anything blasphemous here. I don't know if he was particularly fast. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he had like lightning speed. I think Kanan Lamb was the fastest of the Rat Boys, if I recall. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong or what you recall about that.
I want to say it's between him and Demetrius Bendros, one of those two.
Right.
In terms of fastest, but I think McQuay had the route running and the savvy.
Right. He was the Marvin Harrison type, route running, execution, make the big play. Ooh, good. Oh, God. Is he alive? Is Quarles alive? Good. Oh, okay. I just saw the hit. All I saw was a white jersey. Yeah. Watch the hit, though, Marcus. My God.
Yeah, I was looking at that like, I don't want that to. Oh, he dropped it. Okay, yeah, I drop it too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hold on, wait. Let's get I gotta get the number of that. Grambling State just scored, cutting the deficit to 24-18. Look at that. Wait a minute. No, that's wrong. Come on, get your score right there. 24-12. Cut the score in half. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. Extra point is being attempted, which could cut it to 24-13. Kick is up. It's good. So Grambling State within 2 scores of Alcorn now. Look at the pressure up the middle. My goodness. That's sack number 7. Just throw some laundry out on the field because somebody had to hold.
Mm-hmm. See, the bad thing about this for the FAMU game is now they have that Alabama A&M has a whole game full of negative film, so they're going to fix everything. So see if we had caught them back down.
I don't know if you can fix. I don't know if you can fix what ails you right now. You know what I'm saying? Look, that sounds good, but I don't know if you can fix what's ailing you right now. This is not fixable in a week. Not with FAMU's defense coming in.
Yes, especially with a healthy. It looks like General Hunt's getting healthy, and also the return of Savion Williams. So we're just going to have a monster defensive line rotation.
Number 12 for Jackson State, Cameron Silman, defensive back, freshman from Cedar Hill, Texas, Trinity Christian, a teammate of Shedeur Sanders.
Yes, that's the one. I remember him getting some mention. Yeah, getting some mention as like maybe the younger brother, or not younger brother, the unheralded one from from Texas Christian, from
Yep.
Trinity Christian.
Trinity Christian, right. Yeah, there's a
No,
little
another
short.
thing to watch out for, to speculate. Oh, he fumbled? Are you joking me?
Did he?
They should review that one because I wasn't sure if he was on the ground or not.
That's Jacob
There's
Little, number 41.
There's a kid who plays for who signed at Indiana University, who originally is from, I think he's from Albany, Georgia, Westover High School. FAMU offered him as well, but he transferred from there to Trinity Christian.
His knee was down.
Yeah. Trinity Christian, and played for Coach Prime his senior year, and then he signed with Indiana was it this year? Yeah, I think it was this year, so he's a true freshman. I would keep an eye out for him just because I don't know to what degree he'll get some playing time. I think it's Jordan Williams, wide receiver, and he's a big boy. He was probably the second best recruit from Trinity Christian under Coach Dion. So we'll have to see what kind of playing time he gets and whether he ends up in Jackson.
$47. Let me give some scores while we're watching this replay here. Little over 15 minutes before South Carolina State and FAMU kickoff. That's at top of the hour, 6 o'clock. Go ahead. You were saying offsetting.
Sportsman, okay. Offsetting. Oh, they kept that as a fumble.
Are they going to review it?
We should get Johnny Greer on here.
Are they going to review it?
I don't think so. I think they're giving them the ball.
Wow, no review. Come on, there's got to be a review here. There's television here. There's got to be a review. I can't believe you're not reviewing this. I see Brian Jenkins still on the field for Alabama A&M. He's like, hey, you got to review this.
Oh no, it looks like it's coming out now, right by his hip.
Is it?
Like right there. Right there.
Oh,
you see it coming out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It was just caught in between the two players, and it hit the ground when they both hit the ground. But it looks like it was coming out as they were still at least halfway up.
All right, I keep hinting at giving scores. All right, here's some scores going around. Obviously, FCS HBCU football Friday. Howard with a 27-0 win against Morgan State. Shocking, Morgan State. I mean, really, nothing.
Yeah.
No point.
Yeah, I was surprised. When I saw the score this morning, I was thinking, man, I thought Morgan was on the come up, and I didn't know Howard had it that good, or unless it was just a battle of teams that are okay. And somebody had to win.
That sounds a little more accurate right there. There you go. North Carolina A&M.
Now they did score.
Uh-oh. I told you they're going to put 60. Here comes 50. What is that, 50? That's Newman. Is that Newman's third touchdown? He now has a rushing. Was that a pass? What was that? A run or a?
That was a run.
He has a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a special teams touchdown. I don't know. Might have spoke too soon about Shador being the offensive player of the week there. Marcus, he might be. Wow, 50.
I'm glad they have a tracker on that field.
How many points did Alabama A&M put on Jackson State in the spring? 50-something?
I think so.
Like 50-something to 40? Dead ball at the end. Yeah. Of course, you're not allowed to dance after you score. Somehow that's not right. It's unsportsmanlike, I'm sure. Well, here comes the extra point to make it 54-7. I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing they'd go for 60 before he pulls the starters.
52-43 in the spring.
So they've now eclipsed that with 53 points of their own. Oh, Jackson State fans are going to be insufferable for the next for the next week
until their next L in the SWAC. Yeah, I'm glad they have a track around because I'm sure some fans will probably have the urge to launch something at the
No, check
field
that.
if they were closer. Marshall.
That wasn't Newman. My mistake. That was number 38. That was Santee Marshall, who now goes over. He has over 100 yards rushing on the day on 10 attempts, 116 net yards, 53-yard touchdown. The Jackson State fan, man, goodness gracious. Shador, 15 of 20